If you want to change your life, start asking better questions. Have you ever noticed that most people ask the same questions every single day? Why is this happening to me? Why can't I get ahead? Why do I always attract the wrong people? Why don't I have enough money? Why does success seems to come so easily for everyone else except me? And on and on and on. The problem isn't just the answer. The problem is the question you're asking yourself. Because every question you ask, your mind tells your brain what to look for. If you're constantly asking, why am I always broke? Your mind begins collecting evidence that supports being broke. Light bulb idea? If you ask, why do relationship never works out for me? Your mind starts replaying every painful relationship you ever had. Rings a bell? Your questions reinforces your identity. Now here's the interesting part. Most people try to change their results, and very few people change the identity producing those results. And that's where everything begins to shift. Think about it. If you want to become financially successful, what questions will most people ask? How do I make more money? That's an outcome question. Instead, and it's not a bad question by the way, it's just incomplete. A better question might be this: who do I need to become to create more value? Or perhaps this question: what habits would the person I want to become practice every single day? Do you see the difference? One focus on getting, and the other focus on becoming. Now let's talk about relationship. Most people ask this: how do I find the right partner? I would ask something completely different. Am I becoming the kind of person the right partner would naturally be attracted to? Now that changes everything, right? Instead of looking outward, you begin to look inward. Now let's talk about abundance. That's everybody's favorite one. People often ask, how can I attract more abundance? Again, that's an outcome question. A deeper question asked is this: what beliefs about myself are limiting the abundance that's already available to me? Or am I making decisions from fear or from purpose? I choose purpose. When you change the questions, you begin to change in your perspectives. And when your perspective changes, your decision changes too. And when your decision changes, your habit ultimately changes. Of course, when your habit changes, your life begins to change in a very big way. Here's something I want you to remember: your identity is like the roots of a tree, your results are the fruits. Most people spend their lives trying to polish the fruit, and very few ever look down at the roots. Water it, healthy soil, healthy mindset. And if your roots aren't healthy, the fruit will always reflect it. The same is true for your life. If you believe you're not worthy, you'll make decisions that reinforce that belief. If you believe you're destined to struggle, you'll unconsciously create situations that keep you struggling. If you believe success belongs to other people and not you, you'll hesitate every time an opportunity appears. Not because you're incapable, but because your identity doesn't yet support the life you say you want. That's why I believe self-awareness is one of the greatest investment you'll ever make. When you understand your natural strengths, your current patterns, your values, and the stories you've been telling yourself, you begin making decisions that are aligned with who you truly are instead of who you've been conditioned to be. So, I'd like to leave you with a challenge for the next 7 days. Just 7 days, okay? It's just very minute compared to your lifetime. Pay attention to the question you ask yourself. And every time you catch yourself asking an outcome question, pause, breathe, and replace it with an identity question. Instead of, how do I become successful? Ask this instead. Who do I need to become? Instead of, how do I find the right relationship? Ask this instead. How can I become someone who creates healthy relationships? Instead of, how do I get more abundance? Ask, what kind of person consistently creates abundance, and what can I begin practicing today? You see, those are the kind of questions that begin to change your identity. And when your identity changes, your action begins to change. When your action changes, your future begins to change. I truly believe the quality of your life isn't determined by the answers you have. It's determined by the kind of questions you got to be willing to ask yourself. So here's my question for you. Another question. What's one identity question you're going to start asking yourself today? Leave it in the comment below. Please like, hype, and share this video if this message resonates with you. Thank you. Have a great day.